Okay, reading the SCRE White Paper, Section 3, Securities System Considerations. Peter Newman in 20, citing a NSA product to Paul Boudre Jr., notes, security is a system problem. A system may be even weaker than its weakest link. A system should be evaluatable and evaluated. The security engineering of a system must not be done independently from the total engineering of the system. The next subsections expand on these points. 3.1, security is a system problem. So Peter Newman notes, ideally, we would like the development of complex hardware-software systems to be like snapping Lego pieces together. Oh, come on. Have you ever tried to put together one of those really complex Legos, like the Saturn V or something? You know, the ones that are $200 a box. Okay, actually, maybe that's exactly what he means, because he says complex here. So the development of complex hardware-software systems, it's complex, it's going to take time, you piece them together. Instead, we have a situation in which each component piece can transmogrify its modular interface and its physical appearance, thereby continually disrupting the existing structure. All right, just like continuous integration, continuous development. John Thomas echoed Newman in the Nkosi Insight special issue, The Buck Stops Here. Systems engineering is responsible for system security, stating that security behaviors are system behaviors, not system element attributes. That is, security is an emergent property of the system that results from how system elements are arranged and interact within the system context. System security is not achieved simply because secure elements are used in the system. Thus, security is a system problem. Systems thinking, section 2.3, is needed to understand and manage the behavior of the whole, including understanding and managing the conditions that may lead to loss through a socio-technical interpretation of system control theory. Systems thinking complements analytic thinking approaches, such as analyzing sequences of linked events and when the sequence leads to loss, including sequences initiated by a threat actor. Safety engineering has found that systems thinking needs to complement event chains, and their logical arguments can be applied to security, as both safety and security are emergent system properties. Secure elements. Emergent system properties, such as safety and security, cannot be determined by examining its parts in isolation. A valve may be judged reliable, but judging it safe requires understanding its relationship with other components. Similarly, what it means for an element to be secure can only meaningfully be determined and understood within a system's context. Security as a system behavior necessitates knowing how the element is intended to interact with other elements across the system's states and modes to judge the element's security. A system may be weaker than its weakest link, since a system is an arrangement of elements that together exhibit a stated behavior or meaning that the individual constituents do not. A system's purpose is realized through emergence and the behaviors and outcomes that result from how individual system elements compose, that is, come together to form the system. Since security is an emergent property, so is insecurity, including being cyber insecure. That is, a system may consist of elements that meet criteria for being secure or cyber secure in terms of their individual behavior, outcomes, and interfaces, but the composition may produce insecure behaviors or outcomes. When Boudre states a system may be weaker than its weakest link, he is referring to insecurity being an emergent property. Additionally, a system composed of secure elements may produce unspecified behavior or outcomes without specific attention given to analysis to expose unspecified behavior and outcomes. These behaviors and outcomes are not subject to rigorous evaluation. The result is a lack of a basis to judge the composed system as secure or insecure. This absence amounts to uncertainty, another form of the system being weaker than its weakest link. System thinking approaches aid understanding and managing the behavior of the whole, and thus managing emergent behaviors. As systems thinking practitioners, the systems engineering team is equipped to address the security of the composition. 3.3, evaluatable and evaluated. Evaluatable meaning being in a condition that enables rigorous and conclusive evaluation, while evaluated refers to the end state of analytic activity that produces meaningful conclusive results. That is, evaluatable is a precondition for being rigorously evaluated to produce justified results. Confidence is realizing the characteristics of a secure system from 4. Must be grounded in evidence that justifies the confidence, including evidence generated by evaluations. Confidence is needed in 1. The completeness of the defined intended behaviors and outcomes. 2. In the correctness of the implementation that achieves the intended behaviors and outcomes. And 3. Any unspecified behavior does not cause harm. Okay, I can buy that. So confidence is you're confident unspecified behavior will not cause harm. Evaluatable is one of the 4 essential design criteria for a security mechanism described by Uchenick and Van Fleet. They noted that evaluatable requires mechanisms to be sufficiently small and simple enough to enable rigorous proof of correctness through mathematical verification. While Baudra did not intend an entire system to be rigorously proven correct through mathematical verification, a desired system property is that the system can be rigorously analyzed to justify conclusions about claims of meeting the system's security and resilience needs. The rigor of evaluation for any one systems engineering artifact needs to be commensurate with the loss that may happen in the event of failures or compromise. See principles of commensurate rigor, commensurate trustworthiness, and substantiated trustworthiness in 4, 26, and 27. Moreover, the greater the consequence of loss in the confidence needed, the more that the evidence needed must be acquired with relevance across the entirety of the system lifecycle. A claims-oriented structured argument approach to assurance, that is, assurance case, within systems engineering serves to address safety and security concerns. For example, addressing potential gaps in derived requirements, and property identify evidence to generate. Finally, complexity, the degree to which a system design or software is difficult to understand, impedes evaluatability. Okay, it looks like they say evaluability. Complexity is not always avoidable, but it can be managed to enable evaluation using complexity science via systems engineering. Systems engineering manages both the complexity associated with the conduct of engineering activities and complexity with the interactions of engineering disciplines. Section 3.4, Security Engineering as part of systems engineering. A significant systems engineering role is to optimize across all objectives for the system, including security and resilience. This role requires integrating engineering and scientific disciplines, including security disciplines, and managing the interactions among the disciplines. For example, systems engineering uses complexity science to manage system complexity in order to manage emergence, and to enable evaluation in a manner that confidence can be sufficiently established in an engineered system. The evaluation in turn is balanced with objectives associated with affordability and schedules. And because I like to keep an eye on the IEEE, I'm going to read this footnote. 15.288 includes the following as examples of an engineering artifact: architecture description, design description, implemented element, item, model, output, set of requirements, or other product used or provided by engineering. Oh my gosh, that is just so broad. So these are all engineering artifacts, including anything provided by the engineers, like a sticky note or a TikTok video. Systems engineering also has a fundamental responsibility to precisely understand how elements interact and any resulting emergent behaviors and outcomes. The systems engineering team performs activities and tasks within a system's lifecycle processes with the intent to continuously deliver capability from a combination of elements and interactions, thus addressing security as a system problem and managing emergence using systems thinking, and often through a socio-technical interpretation of system control theory. Okay, now we have a random box. The value of integrating security within systems engineering was once well established. The Department of Defense issued Military Standard 1785. Military Standard 1785. So reflecting security integrated into systems engineering in 1989 and republished it as a handbook in 1992. In 2002, the NSA's since retired Information Assurance Technical Framework, IATF, presented security engineering as part of systems engineering. Recent years have seen a return to realizing the need for a security role and perspective within systems engineering. What? Only recently they felt there was an... In 2015, NIST SP 800-160, later Volume 1, discussed systems security engineering as a systems engineering specialty. So in 2022, NCOSI's Vision 2035 recognized that security should be a foundational perspective for system design, while later in 2022, NIST SP 800-160, Volume 1, Revision 1, was released, describing its intent as advancing systems engineering and developing trustworthy systems for contested operational environments. Additionally, the August 2025 NCOSI Insight Issues editors intend to discuss security as a foundational system engineering perspective in general. All right, so now we're looking into the future, because at the time of this video, it is January 2025. So keyword right here is the issues editors intend to discuss. Well, this box brings us to the end of section 3. In the next video, I'll read section 4. Thanks for watching.